Hello, welcome. My name's Kim Fee and I'm an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator in the UK. Today I'd like to share with you how I made this simple card. We're going to be making the little stepped up version in the pool party, but this one here is on my blog with this stepped up version for my simple stamping series. Each week I do a simple card for new crafters to come and enjoy and make. They are simple and easy to make. The stepped up version is too, but this one here I've just laid flat. Everything is glued down flat. I've coloured my bunny in stamping blends. I've stamped directly onto the same mat, the sentiment, and I've just added designer series paper from the True Love pack and then just laid everything flat. And this is Magenta Madness. No, Mill and Mambo. This one is. So, and Little Bunny was, as I say, coloured in blends. Just simply coloured. You can use any colouring medium. It will still work. So what we're making today in the video is on the same premise. It's the same layers, it's the same layout, but we're going to be doing some blending and we're going to be doing some masking. We're going to be doing some heat embossing and then we're going to layer the layers up on dimensionals. Okay, so let's get started. We're going to be using the Springtime Joy stamp set. This is from the January to June mini. I'm afraid it's not carried over into the new annual. I don't know if it's going to be carrying over on an extended carryover list. We haven't been told anything, but what I do know is that it's not in the new annual. So if you're wanting to make some pretty Easter cards for next year, or for great for new babies, you know, new beginnings, new life, spring bring you joy, can be used for baby cards. So that's what we're going to be using. It's a clear mount set. I love the clear mount sets. I think they give quite a lovely image without you having to use a foam mat underneath. So we're going to get started. I'm going to be making a 10-fold card blank with an A4 sheet of Pool Party. So I'm going to be taking this into 10.5 centimetres and I'm going to cut straight up the middle of the A4. I'm going to turn it around. I'm going to take it to 14.8 or just over. I'm going to score it. And this card blank, you can get 2 out of 1 sheet of A4. And whichever way you cut and score, you must do it in half. I have got the US letter size listed in the description below, all the measurements that you would have for your US letter size, and will be on my blog as well. So it'd be nice if you can come over and subscribe to my blog. If you haven't subscribed to my YouTube channel, it would be lovely if you would like to see more of what I make. Okay, so now I've pre-cut the bits here. So we've got a piece of basic black, which is 9 by 13 centimetres, and a piece of basic white, 8 by 12 centimetres. I use 8 by 12 centimetres an awful lot. So you can do, sometimes I do a tiny border around, which I do 0.3, and other times I do a bigger piece as a border, because I think sometimes it makes it pop better than other times. And then we're going to be using a little strip for here of the True Love papers. I love this this design. I love the stripiness. I think it makes things pop. So we'll cut that piece as well, because let's have a look, I didn't pre-cut. So I know it's going to be 8 centimetres and then it's going to be 2 centimetres. So it's going to be 8 by 2. So let's cut that now. So we've got it all in place. So we'll go 8 centimetres. By 2 centimetres. Now you'll see me when I'm cutting, I do use both the scorer and the cutting at the same time. Thumb goes on the darker one and two fingers go on the lighter one. I clamp them together and go up and down. I feel that this trimmer, although it's a fabulous trimmer, it does cut the edges like they're going upwards, and I like my smooth edges showing and the rough edges at the back. And so I recommend using both when you're cutting. Put that away there. Okay, let's bring in the card. So we're going to need our white piece. As I say, all the measurements for US letter and the centimetres will be in the description below. We're going to stamp our bunny in the right hand side down the bottom. And then I'm going to make a mask. So we've got some post-it notes, and you want the sticky side. You don't have to re-ink, but because you'll still have it still be wet from before. And then we're going to trim very, very close to the image. So sometimes I say when you're cutting an image out and you're laying it up, leave a small white border, but on this occasion you want to actually cut on, not into, but on the border, so there's no bits left over. So I've pre-cut one. So here's my bunny. I'm going to lay my post-it note bunny onto there. I'm going to be taking my blending brushes, which are in the mini catalogue, and they have carried over, which is fabulous. I think this will be a staple now for a few years. You get 3 in a packet for about £11. And you can just use all different greens on here because you can wipe them off clean. So I'm going to take that. What I've done is I've circular motion my ink, and then I've taken a bit off onto a block so that I've not got too much ink on, because less is more and you can always add. You can't take away. I start off my mat and come over. And because we just want a light effect. Oh, your bunny ears come up. And we're gonna, you can just do that, make sure my bunny ear doesn't come back off again. That's it, I'm happy with that. Pop those over there, and we can pull our little bunny off. You can keep your bunny. There we go. We've not got no ink on our bunny. You can keep the bunny or you can throw it away. But I sometimes just pop it inside and add it to there because I can use that. It saves me. I'll pop this one in there as well. It saves me finding the post-it notes. There we go. So now I want to, let's get this bit straight. I want to colour my bunny, so I'm going to be using light and dark grey granite and a bit of dark smoky slate. Now, you don't have to use the dark smoky slate. You can get the same effect. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the bullet tip. I'm just going to dot little bits around the edge. All the way around where you think maybe shadows might be, especially here. It's quite new, my smoky slate, so it's It's quite fluidy. So now we've got the light smoky, the light grey granite, I beg your pardon. I'm going to do the same. Just dots. All the way around the bits that I've already done in the smoky slate. The same again with the grey granite dark. Over the bits that I've already done. I'm going to take my blender pen and I just want to whoosh that around just to soften it up. You can't see nothing. This is a colour lifter, but I use it for my blending. I can see that it's pushing it together. So this now is the light grey granite, and I'm just going to go over lightly in a circular motion all of my dots, just to blend them in a little bit. There we go. And then I'm going to bring back my blender lifter pen, and I'm just going to pull that in. I'm not, don't go this way because it's a colour lifter and it'll push the ink out, and you don't want it to go out over the image lines. It squeaks because I'm using the bullet end. Can you see there? That's blending now. And bring in my grey granite again. Just touch up little bits that I want it to touch up. Okay. I want a little bit of cheeks, so I'm going to bring in the light petal pink, yeah. A little bit on the little belly and the ears, just a little bit. And just go over with the colour lifter a little bit. There we go. So now I'm just going to bring in some colours for the flowers. So I'm using rose, light rococo rose. So this is an in colour that's outgoing. So if you're wanting to have this particular pink, you will be quick. You will need to be quick because normally the in colours, they go pretty quick and they'll be gone. And you won't be able to get them no more. There we go. So she's all done. I'm just going to add my glue. Add my designer series paper from the True Love paper pack. Oh gosh, I don't know what I'll do without this now when this goes, but I have stocked up on it because I really love it. So that's there. We're going to bring in our linen thread. You can use baker's twine as well. It will go well, but I do love this linen thread. This is a staple of ours at Stampin' Up, so I'm not sure this is going to go anywhere anytime soon, thankfully, as I will cry then. Okay, so I've wrapped it around twice. I'm just going to pull it tight and do my little bunny ear things, and then keep my finger on the knot and pull the towel and pull the tail that way until you've got a bow that you're happy with. That will do me. I do quite like it when it's curly, so I'm just going to recurl my pen. And the heat from your fingers should make it curly again. Okay, so we're just going to pop some dimensionals on here. You don't need too many, you just need one either side and one in the middle so that it doesn't go saggy. That one didn't want to come off. Let's have another one there. That's it. We're going to bring back in our black mat. And we want an even border all the way round. There we go. Going to bring in our card blank. And I'm going to lay him flat with my Tombow glue. That's the adhesive that is my go-to basically. I like the Tombow because it's great for quick gluing. You have a little bit of wiggle room if you haven't placed it properly. It's also strong enough to make boxes. I make my boxes with it as well. Okay, so now let's get stamping. I didn't bring a piece of that card to stamp with. Let me just go over to here. I'm going to do our sentiment now. So we don't sell this anymore, but these are great embossing buddy, it's called. So because I'm doing white embossing on a dark card, I don't want the embossing powder to stick to where I've been touching it, because the natural oils will make it stick. So I'm going to be using Welcome Spring. So it's all in this stamp set. I've not used any other stamp set. I've used everything that's in here. So I'm going to be using Versamark, which is a clear ink, sticky ink. So this makes pretty patterns, a clear ink onto coloured card, but it's also great for embossing. I always like to stamp two in case one doesn't come out the way I wish it to come out. Just going to bring in my white embossing powder, which has got lots of other bits in there by the looks of it. Quick tap, so you just put it over there, quick tap, and it all goes back into the same box. I'm going to use my heat tool. I'm going to do it from underneath. That's my preferred way. I can see then when the embossing powder is heated and gone a shiny colour, and then I know I can move along. So I've only got it about 1.5 inches away from the bottom of the cardstock. You can see now where it's catching, so I'm moving my piece of card rather than my heat gun, my heat tool. So when you see it catch, just move it along, because otherwise you'll just melt it and burn it back in to the cardstock and it'll be no good for you. Okay, I'm going to hand cut this. You might want to let it rest for a few seconds so that you don't mess up the heat embossing, because it can stick to your fingers or stick to wherever you're going. So I'm just going to fussy cut, moving the cardstock rather than the scissors. Twisting it around. And that's it. So we're going to put some of the dimensionals. I'm just going to trim the edge. I'd never waste anything. I'm just going to trim the edge off and use that. And what's too long, I just snip off. Oops. I'm just going to lay it across so that it goes across the cardstock. And then we're going to be finishing off with some sequins, nice glittery sequins from the annual catalogue. These haven't made it across, and these are called the woven threads sequin assortment. They actually made it across from another catalogue, so I was pleased to see them in there, but they haven't survived into the next one, I'm afraid. So you can just pick which ones. I normally grab a handful and pop them in my lid. And I want to try and find smaller ones, because we can just lay them where we like. Let's get some more in there, because there's some nice pretty white mother of pearly like ones, and they've got this is like a light blue one. I think this is what takes most of the time, is looking for you. You can see I've used these. This is about my third pot, so I love them. So find another little one. So you don't want you want an odd number. 1, 2, 3, 4. We need one more. Let's see if we can find a little tiddly one. Yeah. That's it. Okay. You can just about hear my cat snoring behind me. Funny little thing he is. Okay, so I want to kind of place them. That suits me fine. I'm just going to bring in my glue. So very gently, a little dot of glue there. Move it over. Little piece there. Move that back over, the little tilly one. A little blue one there. And one there. And that's it. That's your card done. Very, very quick card. Less than half an hour we've made that one. So I hope you've enjoyed this video. Please do come and subscribe over on my blog if you like to see some other inspiration. I do a weekly Facebook Live on a Wednesday evening, 8:30 p.m. GMT time. You can always catch up on the replay. And now I've hit 1,000 subscribers. I'm looking for some more subscribers. So if you like what you're seeing and you wish to catch up with me now and again, please do subscribe and hit the bell for notifications, and that will tell you when I'm coming on. And I'm also preparing to do a few live sessions on YouTube when I can get the hang of it. So thank you very much for watching me. I hope you've liked what I've made, and take care for now. Happy Easter to one and all, and stay safe out there. Take care. Bye.